Okay, I'm here with Sudan Archives. I've been blessed. I wanted to so I'm talking to you for the sake of Sled Island, which you are guest curating. You were supposed to curate it in 2020. That's correct?
Yeah, that feels like such a long time ago.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So I don't know. I was thinking about the idea of like curation and stuff, and how it's become like truly an art form of its own, in a certain way, given the sort of barrage of media that we live in the internet age and such, and that like just having a trusted person to kind of control the onslaught a little bit is of more value than it ever was before, and how one might approach being given that opportunity.
It sounded like a really nice sentence, but I didn't catch the question.
Like, so how'd you approach it?
Basically, I approached it by thinking of like, oh shit, I need a theme. What's the fucking theme? And then I was like, maybe it should just be people that have inspired me to make music or have been a part of my musical journey, or maybe we're even like on the next album that's about to come out, you know?
Okay.
It's that theme. Yeah.
What's your dog's name? What's
Junko.
What's up? Hey.
Junko.
Sick. Okay. So I'll just get past the Sled Island thing. I was curious. I was like doing a little research today on you. It feels like a weird thing to say, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, I've
out
been
there though,
looking about you and reading about you.
Yeah,
but I do that all the time about. I do that all the time. I'm creepy. Like that's how I got my my boyfriend.
It was through creeping?
Research.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like looked at all of his videos and interviews.
You think you could get a master's degree in him at this point?
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. And I was just thinking, like, so you said something along the lines of like, I don't want to produce the same body of work over and over again, and that's something like I believe in very heavily, and kind of breaks my heart, especially sort of more inside the machine, which from I gathered you have some experience when you were younger in being inside the machine, if you will, or being around the machine. And like, why do you think people become pigeonholed to certain sounds instead of experimenting? Because I don't understand being given a platform and not using it to have fun, as is evident listening to your music.
I feel like people are just not people, but we maybe it's kind of scary because like I'm trying to think about it on a deeper level, and I just kind of feel like when you think about like just I don't know, switching jobs or like just trying something new or trying new food or like moving and stuff, like I feel like people, it's just like it's kind of like a scary thing because of the unknown, you know, and like what that would look like or sound like. It might be scary. It might feel easier to just keep doing the same kind of pattern you're doing because in a way they say if the formula isn't fucked up, then don't stop it. But I feel like that's true, but it's also true to just try new things as well, you know?
Yeah. I guess like I come at it from like a slightly cynical point of view, you know, like where it just doesn't sound fun to do the same thing over and over again, to me at least.
That's probably like the main reason why I feel like that too, because I'm very playful.
Yeah, that's the word I was going to use. Yeah.
And everything just has to be fun, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's like, you know, it's art, which it sounds like a big thing, but really it's like a playground for the imagination in a lot of ways.
Yeah. Yeah. Life is definitely a playground.
Yeah. So I was also going to ask you about genre labels. I was thinking about genre labels because I saw all these different labels that were thrown upon the music that you've made through looking it up, and they didn't really align. And very quickly I was disarmed by your music, and I was like
I know. I think that's really funny too. You know, I saw someone getting really mad about that. Like this one girl was like, this Black female artist, she makes, I think she calls it indie pop or something. And everyone keeps genrering her as an R&B artist, and she just was like going on this whole rant about it. And I feel her, but I guess I'm just too playful to even get emotional about that shit. I just think that shit's fucking funny. I feel like my music, it just like also fuses into different things so much. It's just fun seeing the reviews and seeing how like the first EP was considered folk, and then the next one was considered like, I don't know, like it's like it was folk and R&B and then pop, and it's just like it's just kind of funny to just see people just like guess on what they think it is.
Yeah, and like, you know, I value like putting things in a box, because like you might like look up an album that you haven't heard before and you're like, well, I want some kind of something before I go into it. But after you listen to it, that doesn't matter, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was just funny just going through all those interviews and stuff, being like, what the fuck, none of this is
I think that's so funny. Like, I just thought I was really funny when someone said some song was like country. I was like, this is funny, but this is just so funny to me.
Would you say that it was country in a way?
Yeah, I feel like that song Wake Up, and like there's a song called Wake Up. I feel like maybe they were like listening to the first, maybe that was on the first EP. I think they probably thought it was like very string based and just minimal beats, kind of like a lot of acoustic sounds. So maybe they just thought this was just like a country record or something, like some folk shit. And it was, though, in a way, but it's like everyone always like picks a certain sound or influence they hear and call it that. But in a way, I think it's just like a lot going on, and it is kind of hard to pinpoint. And I think it's funny to see people try to pinpoint it.
Okay. I saw in another interview you're making reference to the film The Queen of the Damned with Aaliyah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was just wondering, like, you seen any good movies lately? I asked that in every interview. That's my question.
I just saw Doctor Strange.
Okay, yeah, I saw it
too. I just saw that movie. I'm not gonna lie, like I didn't really think it was that good.
I fell asleep in it, honestly.
I fell asleep too. Like I fell asleep towards the end. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Were they trying to do some Matrix shit? I don't know.
It was sort of some Matrix shit, but it was also just that those green screens get exhausting to my eyes a little bit. You know what I mean? Like just like barrage of magic. I was like, okay, I can't wrap my head.
But then I was thinking, like, maybe like I remember James was saying maybe we should have went with like his daughter or something, like an 8-year-old or 9-year-old child, to see. It might be a better experience to see it with like a kid.
Yeah, well, and that's what I seek from those, but instead I just walk out more of a cynical dickhead a little bit, you know, because they get you. Well, and I don't know, I was debating somebody the other day, like whether or not those superhero movies are like modern mythology in a way. What do you think about that?
Modern mythology, like a modern take on on those creatures?
But it's like a new mythology, because they come from such an abstracted source material, similar to like, you know, mythology, how, you know, it's like all these different comic books and then television series and all these different sources. There's no real center to it,
right? It's
anymore, like, even though it's only
now
100 years.
Becoming like he said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said, he said, she said, and it's like crazy modern technical extravagant mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that
could be true. I don't know. What are you drinking? What is that? Are you drinking a mimosa? Is that what that is?
No, orange juice. I wish it was a mimosa. Oh my God. Because this morning I was talking about like, just like, I was kind of just annoyed this morning because I'm like having a hard time understanding my sister's feelings. And I was talking about it today, and I just like, you know, like I kind of feel like I'm looking at myself, but like we're opposites. So I kind of feel like when I moved to LA, I had to like develop like tougher skin, and I had to, you know, be more accountable, hold myself more accountable. I had to basically figure a lot of shit out, like emotionally, that I didn't even realize that I had to deal with. And you know, my twin sister just moved to LA, so I feel like she's figuring out all those things now. So it's just frustrating because now I feel like these two worlds are colliding, and it's just like, what the fuck? This is trippy as hell. I feel like I'm in the Matrix. Like,
So you're just watching like your sister kind of echo the trials and tribulations of adapting to Los Angeles.
yes, and it's like, and then it's almost like she doesn't know that I already know the whole story, and it's frustrating because I wish I could just tell her like what to do, but it's like you can't tell
would you respond well to that? Like, if someone was like, hey, like, listen, like, this is how it's gonna go, I already did it, I wouldn't respond well to that, I don't think.
I guess it depends on the person, but I want to say I wouldn't respond well to that, but I do want to say I wouldn't try to, I wouldn't, like, for example, like, I just wouldn't make it their problem either.
Gotcha. Okay.
Probably would just like tuck myself away and like hit my head on the ground like by myself, and then I'll be like, oh, I figured it out, and then like I would like kind of put myself out there with other people and stuff.
Yeah, siblings are interesting. I have a very close relationship with my brother, and it's frayed sometimes as well. Like, yeah, it's a very interesting relationship. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, I just started living with him again, and it's been.
Oh really? Yeah, my sister just moved out of my house, and she got like a place, and now she's doing yoga now. At first, she was a rapper. Like a long time ago, we were in a music group.
It's called N2, right? That was the group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now she is doing yoga, and she has a yoga class today, and I think she's going to try to incorporate rap in the yoga routine.
Okay.
So I'm going to be there and check that out. It's going to be interesting.
I would want to know what that would look like.
Yeah. It's like she's using rap to like guide the poses.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds abstract and like probably stimulating at the very least.
Yeah.
Okay. Rap yoga. Yeah. I'm down. Cool. Yeah. I came across there was talk of a jellyfish. Like,
oh yeah, he's like that too.
Yeah. So what is it about the jellyfish?
Jellyfishes are so cool. Like I don't know that much about them, and I feel like I learned something about. I gotta learn one new thing about it every year, but it's not like I'm super into the whole facts and everything about it. And you know, I don't know. It's just like my first song was about a jellyfish when I was like tripping on mushrooms. I don't know if I can say that on radio.
Yeah, you can say it on the my yeah. It's college radio.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember that was like one of my first songs about a jellyfish. So then maybe it was the drugs that just got me just like fascinated with it, the idea of it after that song. But I just do feel like in a way I'm a jellyfish, and I'm really soft, and I'm really cute, and people think I'm really nice and like nice to look at, but it's like more to it than it seems. And I have a stinger, and I don't think I ever learned how to use the stinger until now. So now it's just like fucking crackhead stinger, just overly stinging. And now I'm learning how to like tame that and to like use it when needed.
It's stinger season.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the jellyfish, it's like they make just like for great like wallpaper, like I don't know, like there's like with the mushrooms, there's a very fractal nature of jellyfish, you know?
What'd you say?
They're very like fractal, right? Which is like you know what I'm talking about?
Like they're very like
there's like an endless symmetry, you know,
visually with
them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Which people often talk about when talking very like highly about art. You know, they talk about the fractalness of art.
Mm-hmm.
How good stuff is like an endless symmetry. I've seen people talk about this when talking about like producing like EDM and stuff. How they have like hundreds and hundreds. I don't know, like you've probably seen this, like hundreds and hundreds of layers of sound, and a lot of them are just like fractal repeats of themselves and stuff. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It probably does look like that, like when you're looking at the session too.
Yeah, looking like a giant waveform jellyfish or something. Yeah. Um, cool. Okay. There was something else I was going to ask you, but it slipped my mind. Cool. Okay. Thanks for talking to me.
At Sled Island?
Hmm?
Are you gonna be at Sled Island?
If the radio station can get me there, I'll go. Yeah.
Okay,
I've been
cool.
I've been there before, a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Calgary is a weird city, but it's awesome during that week. That's what I
I
gathered.
played Calgary once at the last Sled Island, the first Sled Island I played, and now I think I'm starting to slowly remember. It was pretty lit. It felt like South by.
Yeah. They kind of emulate that vibe. I kind of is what I've gathered. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what you're playing at the Legion this time, right?
Yeah, I've never played there.
Okay. I played there once. It was wild.
Tiny cave vibe.
That's where you played last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of the kind of cave bars there, you know.
Yeah.
But the Legion's wild. It's a true like there's a lot of pictures of the Queen and stuff like that. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's interesting. And you could tell that like 24 hours before you've played, there was like old military men sitting at that bar, you know, drinking hard. This is the opportunity that it gets to have young people in there, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. But it's a good venue.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for talking. Yeah, I'll try and get there. I'll do my best. I'm in Toronto right now, even though I'm from Victoria, so I'm out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.